It's Amanchu. Welcome to Divergence SMP. Today on the SMP I have a task. And usually the tasks have been, up to now the tasks have been something written on a piece of paper. But today I have a book for a task, and it is using the American colonial / pre-revolutionary war style, build an interactive, meaning villagers are planned to use, live, work in it, church with a bell tower. Yeah, that's what I have to do. But I am up for the task, and I am going to do it. I do want to look at something, though. There is a new island on my base now. Where is it? Over here. There's a new island that I did not add this. I believe KatBeanie made this for me. Really nice. It looks like it's an island where I can breed bunnies. And possibly let bunnies escape. I've been in this place for like 2 seconds and I've already screwed it up. Get back in here. Come on, guys. Come on back. Come on back. That's really nice. A nice new addition. Ah! What the heck? What are you doing here? Llama. No! No, 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 no. Evil, evil, hate it. Go away. Llamas suck. I know they were plotting something. Believe me. They were plotting something. Anyway, that's cool. Little bunny farm. Although the llamas were a big nope. But about this task, I did a little research. First of all, why even have a church in this colonial style village? Well, it's kind of about acknowledging history. One of the first priorities for construction in a new American colony would be a fort, and then maybe a small chapel or a church. The church I'm going to make is modeled after the real-life Burton Parish Church in historic colonial Williamsburg. I'm actually going to build it about 2 to 3 times larger than the real version. Because of the 1 meter block scale of Minecraft, it just makes it easier to look right that way. Williamsburg, for those unfamiliar, was the capital of the government in Virginia colony from roughly 1699 to 1780. The original seat of government was Jamestown, but that location was really a terrible location for a colony. It was swampy, leading to frequent malaria outbreaks. The whole reason the location for Jamestown settlement was chosen in the first place was that it was a defensible location that was not contested by the local indigenous natives. The natives considered the land to be too swampy and unsuitable for agriculture. The water in the area was brackish due to tidal flow, rendering it undrinkable. The colonists really made so many blunders establishing the colony and were so ill-prepared for the task of establishing a colony, it's a miracle any of them survived. There's a reason the first years after founding was called the starving time. After the Jamestown State House burned down in 1698, the decision was made to move legislative meetings to nearby Middle Plantation, which is a much more pleasant location. In the early 1700s, the community at Middle Plantation was renamed Williamsburg in honor of King William III of England. Williamsburg remained the seat of government for the colony of Virginia until the American Revolution. In 1780, the Virginia government moved to Richmond, which was a location more secure against British forces. At the time of the American Revolution, Virginia was one of the most populous and wealthy colonies in the Americas. As a seat of government for Virginia's legislature at the beginning of the Revolution, many of the nation's most well-known founding fathers attended services in this church. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Patrick Henry, James Monroe, James Madison, and others. Although I can't be sure any of them were regulars at the church, they definitely were there at one time or another. Today, historic colonial Williamsburg is a living history museum with 18th century architecture populated with actor historians showing how people lived and worked in pre-revolutionary times. If you have the opportunity to visit, you may notice how much of the buildings are made with bricks. if I recall correctly, even the streets are paved from bricks. Bricks would have been easy to produce at that time with materials that are readily available in that area. The Burton Parish Church is also built primarily out of brick. And while for Europeans it may not seem quite as novel, in the United States, a building that's been in continuous use for over 300 years and still stands today is pretty darn rare. The church was built in 1715, the first pipe organ installed in 1755. And it is complete. I'm quite happy with how it came out. You can see the colonial village is really coming along here. But here is the church building. The Burton Parish Church is Episcopalian. This banner is the closest approximation I could make for a Episcopalian flag. And in addition to the whole thing being made with brick, you see that the chandeliers here are lit with candles. That would have been appropriate for that time period. Everything in here is lit by candle power, except hidden artificial lighting, which you can't see. Yeah, I think this looks pretty good. It does have a couple of lecterns, so when the villagers come in here, I can have a couple librarians. In this back area here, we have a couple of brewing stands, so you could have actual clerics populating this place as well. The second floor is unfinished, so there's room for expansion up here, but I haven't done anything with this. It can accommodate villagers. There are workstations for villagers in there. There is a bell tower. I don't know how easy it is to see. I got to go back quite a ways to see the bell in the tower, but there is a bell up there. I believe I met all the criteria for this. I took some time to do some research to make it look more authentic. I'm assuming at some point this little village here is going to be finished to the point where villagers will get added to it. But if you want to see more development of that village and how that comes along, assuming I don't have more tasks to do in it, I know the Merry Minecraft group will be working on it. There's links in the description to their channel. As for me, I'm going to head back to World Spawn and turn in this task, which turned out to be pretty significant. It wasn't a small thing, and get a new one. And I'm going to give people a task to do, something that is not easy, something that will take them time to figure out how to do. Somebody really doesn't like diorite. Someone has stolen all of the diorite on the SMP. Someone. Not saying who. Frankly, I don't really care. I could take diorite or leave it. I don't need it. Alright. Done and done. Now, what's my next task? Mine for an hour? Mine for an hour? I could probably manage. Maybe. But it's going to be a while before I do that. Little update on what's going on. So, I have been working on another project that's not in this SMP called Open World Zombie Apocalypse. And for the next couple weeks, I will be dedicating to working on that. If you don't want to miss that, or don't want to miss when I finally get back to Divergence, make sure you're subscribed, and then I'll catch you next time on Amon Chooses Divergence SMP.